Hello, Cancers, and welcome to your July 2023 reading. So, to begin, happy birthday, happy solar return. May the light and love be on your path for your betterment, for your blooming, for your expansion. So, I meditated on your energy and what Spirit wanted to talk to you about. The first card that came out, Bing, the Devil in Reverse, which is very good. And if we have to remember we'll have the full moon in Capricorn right at the beginning of the month on the 3rd. And what a full moon brings is going to bring light where there used to be shadow. So Capricorn represents our ambition, our capacity to focus, to be engaged into, what we want to create, what we want to bring in this world of matter, and so on. So, of course, the full moon is going to shed a light on this. But you, right at the beginning, is in reverse. And the second card, we have the Chariot, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Wands. So whatever happens on that beginning of the month, or maybe it's, a leftover process of last month, but you come in the month defeating or releasing or being conscious or of maybe hidden places in these areas where maybe you're dependent or you're disempowered or something like that. Bang, during the month, you're rising above it. The Chariot, in many, let's say, different esoteric studies or visions, the Chariot actually travels between the 4th house and the 10th house. The 4th house being Cancer, your house, the moon, and the 10th house being Capricorn. So the feminine, the masculine, the hidden and the concrete here, the root and the ambition of where we come from, where we're going. So Chariot actually travels on that axe, guided by, this is the old depiction, but you can see that he has moons on his armor, because your armor is built of the things that you've transcended, that you've mastered, that you have that you own in a way. Okay, so he comes from the moon and he goes towards the Capricorn. So Saturn. So here we have the Chariot. So you're out of there. That's why it's always a card of success, because we're not sabotaging ourselves anymore. We don't have opposite beliefs in those two houses that would tear that Chariot apart. 4 of Wands, everything is on the surface. It's perfect. Page of Wands, there I am embarking on that new path, that new way of bringing my fire. Beautiful. Then we have the moon. So, all right, the moon is there. Once we start digging somewhere, maybe there's something else that's going to come up. Let's look at that. Under the Devil, we have the 4 of Swords in reverse and the Star. And that's what I wanted to say about the Chariot. In the Rider-Waite depiction, they actually put the 8-pointed star on the forehead of the Chariot because he's guided by his aspiration. And here we have the aspiration, strong enough for you to release yourself from any hinderings. Get out, 4 of Swords. That's the healing card. But here we're getting out of it. We're getting out of the mausoleum. We're getting out of the cocoon of healing, of trying to understand our Four of Swords. So that's a very strong beginning of the month for you, my beautiful Cancers. Then we have the Three of Wands with the King of Wands in reverse. All right, we have the Page of Wands upright, but the King is in reverse. So we're beginning, but our master of that new wand, of that new way of bringing ourselves, is not quite ready, maybe. Okay, so there's maybe a little element missing here with the moon that is ready to kind of show you something, give you something. Three of Wands. I'm looking in front in what I am expecting. So this can be, I'm all excited at the beginning, then I have the what am I expecting, and here maybe cold feet. That could even be for some of you the fear of success, the fear of it actually working. There I am. I torn out my shackles. I'm running out. And then, I'm having maybe during the month a little fear coming in. Under the moon, we have the Nine of Cups in reverse with the Ace of Cups. So there it is. This is what is giving a bit of cold feet to your King of Wands here, is that the moon is going to show you what is missing for you to be completely content, happy, secure, emotionally. And being a Cancer, this is essential. If your waters aren't strong, all the other elements will be affected. You're ruled by the moon. So this is going to come up. But at the same time that it comes up, you have to remember that the cup is going to be there to fulfill you. Okay? At the same time that you're getting conscious of it. Let's clarify. I call upon the divine. I call upon the light. I call upon the Holy Spirit. Help me clarify this reading for Cancers for the month of July 2023. Cancer. Just making sure it's recording. Okay, let's look at the devil here, Spirit. Why is the devil in reverse? Well, there it is. Okay, we have that brand new wand. That's why the Page of Wands is there. It's like, brand new passion. But we haven't quite finished, let's say, the forgiving, turning the page on old emotional pains or beliefs. So we're taking it, but we're still wary a bit. That's why the moment we're looking at what it can become, we're getting the jiggers. We're being afraid. Our King of Wands is not at his best. So there's something, and here I have in the other bottom of the deck, I have the Ten of Pentacles. So there's something of our past cycle, 10 years, 20 years. So there's something in there that we actually do need to forgive so that we're not embarking in this and at the same time fearing it. Show me the Four of Swords. Oop. Okay. So the Four of Swords is like, yeah, I'm getting out of the, thinking about my thing, but I'm still, I'm releasing myself from my mental prison that probably prevented me from embarking in this passion, desire, something that excites me, that puts fire in me. A new way of bringing my energy, also bringing my willpower out there. So I'm getting out of my head, getting out of my cocoon of healing, but I am not quite making. See, this would be great, where I would actually choose between what has hurt me being my truth, what has generated that force field being my truth, or the new one. The fact that it is in reverse, we're not at the point where we're able to make that decision. Let's look at, we're running on faith maybe, okay? Or it is so obvious that this is something that, let's say our masculine side knows. That means rationally, our emperor is ready to embark in that. There's nothing on paper saying that it's not perfect. But there are things hidden in the water that are just waiting for us to rise in our energy to show themselves. What about me? I'm still believing the old stuff. What about me? You're entering into dangerous zone. This is when we actually really need to make that judgment, heal those deep, profound parts of us, because they're going to come up and creep up behind us. Here is the Queen of Swords. We're still looking in front of you, of us, through the eyes of our old wounds, because we haven't forgiven. And when I say forgiven, I'm not talking about forgiving whoever hurt you. Forgiveness is the capacity to actually release ourselves from the energetic charge, because we're not holding on this anymore as being part of our identity. Everybody's responsible for their own actions or non-actions, okay? Even, if I kill somebody and my mother forgives me, I'm still accountable for what I did, okay? So forgiving is more like, I will not let these actions hurt me anymore, okay? So that has not been done. It's still part of the swords. So it still prevents your Queen of Swords, that means your capacity of how you perceive reality, to not see the old way of seeing things. So I'm bringing myself into a new way, but I'm still seeing life, believing, hearing, processing in the old way. Let's look at that Chariot and that Page of Wands. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacle. So, okay, in a way, it's what is going to happen as everything comes up to the surface, Four of Wands. As I'm crossing the threshold in that place where everything is upright and perfect and all of that, my old sadnesses will say, well, I don't belong there. You're going to have to release me. And you're going to hit your Ten of Swords. So that means that you're going to hit, and here I have the Ten of Pentacle, our old cycle here that had sadness in it. And it's time for it to be released. Ten of Swords, this is the end of seeing things through the lens of our old pains and beliefs that we drew from those pains. We cannot carry, at one point, we cannot carry our old sadnesses into that, new step of our life or new cycle. And this is going to be kind of becoming obvious as you're walking. Oh my God, okay, I cannot carry this anymore. It doesn't pass in the next. Let's look at that 3 of Wands. Because you understand that the 3 of Wands, being what we expect, okay, it's like looking at the horizon and what do I see coming in those boats towards me? Do I see joy, happiness, harvest finally? Or is my old truth coming and being super harsh to me? The Knight of Sword and the Queen of Sword in reverse. Oh, this is very hurtful. Hurtful in the way we perceive, and hurtful if this is done by you, from you. These are very negative inner voices. And sometimes they can even be around us, because especially from the people of the past 10 cycles. They're going to come. And why is it going to be hurting? Because you're going to believe it a bit. Because you haven't released the lie. Okay? So this is like if, let's say, I was very hurt by somebody telling me I cannot dance. I look awful when I dance. And I was at a place where it would have been impressionable on me. So after a while, there I am. Part of me knows I can dance and have pleasure, but if I haven't completely released that first trauma where something very bad happened when I went out dancing for the first time, my eyes will be always scanning unconsciously. And if somebody tells me something harsh, or even just a look, I'm going to paralyze right now. And I'll feel awkward. And I'll get off the dance floor. Do you see what I mean? So, it's a weird example, but put it into your situation here where during the month, you will kind of notice the lies that you bought because you will hear them either in your own head or from other people. And if I would have been completely healed and somebody would have made a comment, I wouldn't have given any attention to it. And I would have continued to celebrate in rhythm with the music. So it's something like that that's going to happen. And that's why here we have your King of Wands, because it's not mastered. It's still at the page level. You took that wand, it's at the page, but the page is not solid. The page is enthusiastic. We need the King. Show us the King. In order to bring something to its fruition, it needs to be, but you're going to get it. You're going to understand that you need. And here I have the Sun in reverse. You're going to understand that you need a cup. And you're going to understand what is hindering you from actually being the Sun, where here I am. Take it, and if you can't take it, just move out of my way. My solar plexus is getting out like this. The Sun. You understand why you're not feeling like a naked kid on a white horse. That kid is unbeatable. And you're not feeling like this inside. Ooh, and so the uncomfort and not feeling unbeatable, I can move a mountain because my willpower is unbreakable, is going to become obvious. The moon is going to show you. So you're going to have your full moon right around the 17th. And there you go. you're going to come back from your old heartaches. You're going to acknowledge yourself. You know what? I've got nothing to prove. Here's the balance of your wands. Here's the 7 of Pentacles with it. What prevents you from being in action is that your heartaches are too strong. This guy, if he's got 3 swords in his heart, of course his wand is going to be like going through the motions but nothing more. He won't get excited about it. And you've maybe waited for a long time, and then you're re-questioning what you're doing. Is it what I'm doing that is not right? No, what you're doing is perfect. It's just the energy behind it that needs to be solid. It's those old sadnesses, disappointments, grievings here. And we have it with the 9 of Cups in reverse. That means that all of the cups haven't been all processed. 9 of Cups in reverse. You're still carrying them. So can I start on a new ace if I still have the 10 from before? 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands. I can't. And they're polluting my waters. At the end of the month, I think you are actually going to release all of that. Here's the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups, 2 of Cups, King of Cups. I think you are going to take the cup. You are emotionally going to understand what it means. For some of you, that Ace of Wands was a relationship, a partnership, something like that, and then all of a sudden you become insecure during the month. 2 of Cups is not just romantic, of course. It's if you're working in a partnership, if you're working, you and your clients, every mirror in your life. And that, of course, understanding this will give you the, do I remain with my 10 wands? Or will I actually take that new one free from all of this and continue on my path? This is what it's all about. So you have this force at the beginning of the month, but don't give up, okay? If during the month you start having questions and it starts feeling uncomfortable, remember this. Ask the moon on the 17th. You can ask things to the moon. Ask her, show me what I'm not releasing. Show me what I have to release. What is obstructing in my waters for me to be completely solid, like a King of Cups, that no matter what happens around me, I know who I am, I know what I love, and I have the power to bring it forward. So I'm going to call this Don't Give Up. And during the month, if you feel like, ooh, what is this? Come back and listen to this, okay? So that you understand that it's not, don't start re-questioning your old venture. Look at what you haven't truly released in your truth, okay? All right. On this, my beautiful Cancers, thank you for watching, sharing, commenting, and so on. Please subscribe to help grow the channel. If you want a private reading, you go on the website. There's everything. You go in the services and you'll pick your reading, the schedule, the purchase, everything is on there. Thank you also for the ones of you who gave donations. It helps more than you think. And on the new moons and full moons, I ask the universe to give you back. So on this, all my love and light, and I'll see you next month. Bye-bye. Happy birthday again.